Welcome to our channel, where we analyze and discuss comic book characters that deserve their own movies. And today, we're looking at Wonder Woman. Diana is the daughter of Queen Hippolyta and the god Zeus. She was born on the island of the Messira, which was created by the gods of Olympus as a safe haven for women only, hidden from the outside world. The island was inhabited by a race of immortal female warriors known as the Amazons, who lived in peace until the arrival of a U.S. Army pilot named Steve Trevor, who crash-landed on the shores of the island after being pursued by German forces. Steve was injured and the Amazons took him in, though his presence broke one of their sacred laws, which forbade any male from setting foot on the island. Hippolyta wanted to send Steve back to sea, believing that he posed too much of a risk. But another Amazon named Antiope believed they should keep him, citing that as protectors of mankind, it was their duty to help him. While the Amazons argued over what to do with Steve, Diana, the daughter of the queen, snuck out of the palace and found Steve by the shore. She helped him repair his plane so he could leave, but he told her that there was a war raging in Europe and that many people were dying. Diana had never heard of such a thing and had only been taught about the outside world through stories from her mother, who had told her that men were savage beasts who would kill each other over land and resources. Unwilling to believe that men were so violent, Diana decided to go to the outside world to see for herself, though Hippolyta forbid her daughter from leaving. Stating that it was too dangerous, Diana went anyway, taking Steve with her. Diana confronted her mother and the other Amazons for their hypocrisy, pointing out that while they believed themselves to be superior to men, they also feared them. As proof, she cited an ancient artifact known as the God Killer, which the Amazons had worshipped as a weapon against Ares, the god of war, but refused to use themselves because its power was too great and dangerous. Diana then left the island with Steve, determined to put an end to the war. As they traveled to London, Steve explained how the war started and warned Diana that there was no easy way to end it. Upon arriving, they were both captured by German spies, but Diana managed to escape. There, she encountered Etta Candy, who ran a shop called the Red Earth and recognized Diana as the lost princess of the Amazons. Etta then introduced Diana to a group of British soldiers and intelligence officers, including a pilot named Charlie, who became infatuated with her. Meanwhile, German spies located Steve and forced him to lead them to the British intelligence headquarters, which housed important files regarding the war. With the help of the soldiers and intelligence officers, Diana followed the Germans to the building, but Steve was captured along the way. Using her super strength, speed, and durability, Diana fought off the Germans, destroyed the files, and saved Steve. From there, the group retreated to Etta's shop, where Diana learned about the outside world and the harsh realities of war. Steve revealed that his mission was to deliver top-secret documents to British intelligence, but he was ambushed and forced to crash land on the shores of the Messira. He also admitted that he loved Diana and didn't want to return to his old life, which saddened her. Wanting to honor her oath to protect Steve, Diana and the others returned to the city to take on the spies once again. A battle ensued, but just when it seemed like the Germans were going to win, Diana used her combat skills to gain the upper hand. However, the Germans surrendered when more reinforcements arrived. With the threat now neutralized, Diana and Steve decided to flee London together. They flew to Venice on a plane that Charlie had borrowed from the British Air Force, but they were soon attacked by German fighter jets. During the chaos, Diana was injured and crash-landed in the Italian countryside. Meanwhile, Steve managed to shoot down the German planes and crash-land nearby. Realizing that Diana was missing, Steve immediately went to find her. He eventually came across an old woman who told him about a beautiful woman who had visited her farm earlier. Realizing that the woman had been Diana, Steve rushed to her aid and carried her back to the plane. Although grateful for his help, Diana told Steve that she couldn't stay with him because she belonged with the Amazons. Steve didn't want to lose her, so he asked Diana if she would come back to London with him, promising to show her around. Overjoyed, Diana agreed and the two embraced. But before they could leave, they were attacked by German soldiers. Once again, Diana easily defeated the soldiers and saved Steve. As they were escaping, they were spotted by a farmer who informed the local townspeople of the Amazons' presence. Soon, Diana and Steve were surrounded by hundreds of villagers. But before the situation could get worse, Etta arrived and told the crowd that Diana was a friend of Britain. Relieved that the Amazon wasn't a threat, the villagers calmed down. Etta then led Diana and Steve to safety, but not before Diana used her lasso of truth to make the villagers tell the truth about their lives. This caused many of the men to confess their wrongdoings and apologize to their wives and children. Diana then realized that her gift wasn't just her strength, speed, and durability, but also the ability to bring the truth to light. From there, Diana, Steve, Etta, and Charlie traveled to London to take on the German spies once again. During the final battle, Diana discovered that the leader of the spy ring was none other than Sir Patrick Morgan, her former love interest and the man who had betrayed the Amazons long ago. Enraged, Diana easily defeated Morgan, but was hesitant to kill him. However, Steve convinced her that sometimes the only way to end a war is to stop those who are fueling it. So Diana killed Morgan and ended the spy ring. In the aftermath, Diana received recognition for her bravery and sacrifice, but she chose to remain humble. She knew that her true destiny was to protect the innocent and help those in need, regardless of whether or not they recognized her for it. Diana then decided to stay in London with Steve, Etta, and the others, leaving the fate of the Messiah and her people up to her mother and sisters. Though Diana is often portrayed as a powerful and fearless warrior, she is also deeply compassionate and empathetic. She has a strong sense of justice and a desire to help those in need, which drives her to fight for peace and equality. However, Diana's compassion can also be a weakness, as she is often willing to give her enemies second chances or try to understand their motivations, even if it puts her own safety at risk. In addition to her physical prowess, Diana is also a skilled fighter, having trained for years with the Amazons. She is proficient in a variety of combat styles, including hand-to-hand combat, sword fighting, and archery. However, Diana's fighting style is not just about brute strength, but also about grace, agility, and precision. She is able to move with incredible speed and accuracy, striking her opponents with lightning-fast blows that can knock them out in a single hit. Despite her immense power and skills, Diana is not without fear or doubt. She often struggles with the weight of her responsibilities and the difficult choices that she has to make as a warrior and a leader. For example, in the comics, Diana has faced the difficult decision of whether or not to intervene in human affairs, and whether or not to trust the intentions of humans. She has also struggled with her own mortality and her place in the universe, as well as the expectations placed upon her as the daughter of Zeus. Overall, Diana is a complex and compelling character who embodies the best and worst aspects of humanity. She is a powerful and skilled warrior, but also a compassionate and empathetic leader. Her struggles with her own mortality and her place in the universe make her all the more relatable and human. And her determination to do what is right despite the odds stacked against her make her an inspiring role model. While Gal Gadot's portrayal of Diana Prince in the DC Extended Universe is certainly impressive, we believe that the character deserves her own standalone film in which she can truly shine. What do you guys think? Comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications on all our latest videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.